Thank you. Good evening, friends. Today's topic, which I selected, is about Krishnamurti and Kabir. We have been discussing about Krishnamurti for many years now, but this Kabir is something also very interesting, and I got this idea of selecting this topic because I saw one book which is written by written by Rohit Mehta, and Rohit Mehta was a philosopher, and he was the General Secretary of Theosophical Society, and he has written several books on Krishnamurti. And this book, Krishnamurti and Kabir, that came because Rohit Mehta was traveling in different parts of the world with his wife, and his wife, Sridevi Mehta, she is a good singer, musician, and she used to sing bhajans of Kabir. And after her singing, Rohit Mehta will give a talk on Kabir and Krishnamurti. So this book of Kabir and Krishnamurti is very, very interesting. He has a very good insight into Krishnamurti and Kabir both. Of course, Kabir and Krishnamurti, they are separated by 5 centuries. Kabir lived in Varanasi more than 500 years ago. But what he has said out of freedom and wisdom, which is very, very similar to what Krishnamurti has been saying. So, what are these similarities? Kabir has said about being alone. He said, diamonds are not found in heaps. Sandalwood trees do not grow in a row, they come here and there. Lions do not move in herds, lions they go alone, and spiritual man have no follower. This is what Kabir said, and that is what Krishna ji is saying, that do not follow anybody, but find out and be alone. And to find out, one needs to be alone, silent, attentive, and turning the attention inward. And we can read, of course, Krishnamurti or Kabir or other people, but we have to find out for our own self. And they lived in a different times. Kabir lived 500 years ago, and he always spoke Hindi or Bhojpuri or some language, Indian language, which is very similar to Hindi. Whereas Krishnamurti did not know any Indian language, but Krishnaji knew several foreign languages. So Krishnamurti's teachings are mostly in English, and the teachings are at a little bit higher level because many people, after reading Krishnamurti, they feel that it is very abstract what Krishnaji is talking about. But Kabir, uh, he is a poet and he uses metaphor from our daily life activities. And because he has uh, not written actually, all these poems or doha, which came spontaneously, and he was not in a uh, He had no idea of publishing, writing down, but his disciples, they wrote down whatever spontaneously came from Kabir out of freedom and wisdom. And so, even after 500 years, Kabir's bhajans are sang all over India, including in Krishnamurti schools. And today also we sang Kabir Bhajan, the teachers, because Valley School was celebrating 47th birthday, and there was a cultural program in which teachers sang a bhajan of Kabir, and it is about Jini Jini Chadariya. So that song, it has a great meaning, and Kabir compares our body with a blanket or a bed sheet, and this body is given to all of us. But Kabir has lived in a different way. And in the last lines of that bhajan, Kabir says, इस चादर सुर नर मुनि ने ओढ़ी ओढ़ के मैली कीनी चदरिया दास कबीर ने जतन से ओढ़ी ज्यों की त्यों धर दीनी चदरिया. It means that Kabir was so confident or of innocence that he felt that he had lived a life in which he did not abuse his body, because mostly all of us, we abuse our body by having many bad habits like smoking, drinking, overeating, and so many other. But Kabir lived a very clean life. So Kabir has said a lot about love also, like Krishnamurti, Krishnaji says that love does not exist as long as we have this sense of self. And that self thinking, it separates us. And then there is a duality between the lover and the loved one. But in Kabir, there is no duality. When Kabir says that प्रेम गली अति सांकरी जामे दोनों समाई जब मैं हूं तब हरि नहीं जब हरि है मैं नहीं. So it is for people who don't understand Hindi, Kabir says that the street of love is very, very narrow, and in that narrow street, two people cannot fit. Either I am there or God, Hari, is there, or when God is there, I am not there. So it is a kind of a non duality with the beloved, what the Kabir uses the word, um, which is something like God, something higher entity. And also Kabir says that when there is love, there is no like giving and taking. And in that, there is no sense of time. It's, it's because there is no self, there is no thinking, there is no time involved in that such a state of love. And also says that everybody talks about love, but really nobody knows what love is, because a person who loves, he is awake all the time, like that. At prahar bhina rahe means not very dry intellectual understanding, but really going beyond the intellect and the intelligence, in which there is clarity, freedom, love, all that exists. And of course, Krishnamurti also says that love doesn't exist as long as the self exists. And then also Kabir talks about freedom and uh, emptiness where there is no thinking. And Kabir says, Shunya shahar tak sab gaye. Everybody went very close to silence, emptiness. शून्य के आगे नहीं, कोई नहीं. Nobody has gone beyond emptiness, beyond silence. शून्य के आगे जो गए means those who have gone into the silence, they just smile, मंद मंद मुस्काए. शून्य के आगे जो गए वो मंद मंद मुस्काए. They smile only. They don't even feel like expressing much in that state. And also, Kabir has said that everybody has gone up to the boundary of thinking. And he says, हद हद पर सब ही गए, बेहद गया न कोई. बेहद के मैदान में रमई कबीरा सोई. It means that everybody has gone only up to the boundary of thinking, but Kabir has gone beyond the thinking, and he lives, he plays in this open space where there is no boundary. So this is also, like Krishnamurti says, that as long as we are thinking, we are living in knowledge, we are within the boundary of the self. And a real understanding, a real love exists when we go beyond thinking, feeling, and pure awareness. So there is this similarity comes between Krishnamurti and Kabir because they both feel that they have gone beyond the thinking mind, beyond intellect, and come to the intelligence. Then something about the truth, which Kabir says that everybody has seen that a drop of water enters into the ocean. But very, very few people have seen the ocean entering in a drop of water. And that is very mystical because we think that how can an ocean enter into the drop of water? And this is a kind of a metaphor, but I would say that when our mind is very silent, very pure awareness, like Krishnamurti, then something comes from outside, like the wholeness, blessings, presence, benediction, all these words Krishnamurti is using because something enters into Krishnamurti and around him. And sometimes some people who were close to Krishnamurti in the same room, they also felt that something came from outside. So it is like an ocean, the wholeness entering into a human being, a human mind. So the mind becomes very extraordinary, whole. And then Krishnamurti also speaks about against ritual, that all this puja, worship, going to the temples, and Kabir also, he criticize people. He says, Puja Seva Name Vrat Gudiyan Ka Khel. It is like the child's play, worshipping, doing puja. So as long as the mind has not become silent, then all this puja and worship and going to pilgrimage, all that really doesn't help. And as long as that clarity has not come, the doubt will remain. That is what Kabir says. And मन पवित्र तब हुए उदय होत उर ज्ञान. So only when there is a self-knowledge, that when we really see clearly, our own mind very clearly, then only the mind becomes pure, or a pure mind is necessary to see everything clearly, whatever the thoughts arise. And then even when he was young, and he saw a mullah, a Muslim, going up the mosque, and he was shouting that they do that azan. And then Kabir was a child, and he asked his mother why this mullah is going up the masjid and why he's shouting. Has God become deaf? So even as a child, he was observing everything and he was questioning, not accepting everything. So that is what this doubt, which can really necessary instead of blindly following, doing some puja and all that, which most people do. And then about um, Kabir was neither Hindu nor Muslim, and he used to criticize even Pandit and Mullah both. And he said, and he had observed that the world is very corrupt, and if a person speaks the truth, the world gives a very hard time, and they beat a person who speaks the truth. So Kabir says, "Sach kaho jag hua बैराना साधु सच कहूँ तो मारन लागे झूठ कहूँ पतियाना." And he says, Hindu कहे मोहे राम प्यारा मुसलमान रहमाना आपस में दोनों लड़ी मरत है मरम किसी ने न जाना. So he says the Hindu and Muslims, they keep on fighting because they have not understood their own religion. And so because of that, sometimes Kabir had to suffer. And once the Emperor Lodi, uh, he, he heard that Kabir was criticizing Islam. So this king, Lodi, he came to Kabir with a sword in his hand, and he wanted to kill Kabir. And he said, "O Julaha, do you believe in Islam? तू इस्लाम को मानता है कि नहीं?" एंड कबीर सेज, हम तो मानते हैं, लेकिन तू जानता है इस्लाम क्या है? And Kabir says, I believe in Islam, but do you know what Islam is? And if you know what Islam is, tell me what is true, Shia, Sunni, or Sufi. So the emperor, this Lodi, he liked the fearlessness of Kabir, and he did not kill him, and he went away. And he realized that Kabir was a really religious person, and he was not criticizing just because he did not understand, but because he had an understanding, he was criticizing what people were doing, like fighting, having a lot of violence. And uh, Krishnaji says The word is not the thing. And he tells one artist, the word parrot has blocked you from looking at the thing which flies. So the knowledge which we gather, and through that knowledge, we look at everything. And Kabir also says, and Kabir says this very simply, पानी के नाम को पानी माने, पानी माने वो नादानी है. Means people who think that the word water is water, that is a stupidity. If you keep on repeating, पानी पानी रटते रटते प्यासा ही मर जाए. So if person keeps on repeating pani, pani, water, water, his thirst will not quench. And similarly, he says, shola, shola, ratte, ratte, lab par aanch na aaye. You can keep on repeating fire, but that will not burn your tongue if you keep on repeating fire. एक चिंगारी लब पर रख दो, लब पल भर में लब पर में जल जाए. So he says that if you keep a one spark of fire on your tongue will get burnt. So there is a difference between uh, fire, with the word fire, and actual fire. And okay, and Kabir also did not made much effort to get into the silent mind. And so he says, Sadho Sahaj Samadhi Bali. आंख न मूंदो, कान न रूंदो, खुले नैन में हंस 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 देखूं. It, Kabir says that I don't close my eyes when I meditate. I don't close my ears. And with my eyes open, I am able to see clearly everything. So that is a state where there is no thinking, eyes are open, ears are open, there is awareness, but a clear seeing. And that is what Krishnaji is talking about when he says, how do you look at a tree, or how do you look at the face of your friend or husband or wife? And also, Krishnaji says, uh, truth is a pathless land, that there is nothing to be done to uh, experience or feel or realize truth. There is no path, because path means time. And so similarly, Kabir also says, he says, mind, where do you want to go? There is no path. Stand still where you are. That means look at your own mind. You don't need to go to the temple or to on pilgrimage. You can be in your room. You can see clearly. You don't need to follow anything. So there is no path. And also he said, God is not in the temple, which Krishnaji also said, because once somebody asked Krishnaji that what do you think whether the untouchables should be allowed to enter in the temples? And Krishnaji said, there should be no temples. God is not in the temple. And similarly, Kabir also said, um, he said in the poem, मोको कहाँ ढूंढे रे बंदे, मैं तो तेरे पास में. Where are you searching? Kabir says, God is within you. ना में देवल, ना में मस्जिद, ना में क्रिया कर्म में. He says, I am not in the temple. God is not in the temple, not in the church, not in the mosque. is not in the yoga and vairagya, not in giving up anything, not doing any in karma. So, um, very, very similar. But of course, Kabir, because he speaks out of freedom, and Krishnamurti also speaks out of freedom, there is a similarity between Kabir and Krishnamurti. But I think in their daily life, they were quite different. They live in a different times. Kabir never traveled outside India or not even um, outside Varanasi. And somebody said that if a person dies in Maghar, a place, a person goes to hell. And so Kabir went to Maghar to die there because he did not believe in heaven and hell. So when a person really understands his own mind clearly, then whatever he says is true. And all other people also. There have been many great people who lived in India, like Astavakra, and they, at that higher state, they speak like Krishnamurti, that there is no path, there is no guru, no disciple. Even Shankaracharya, I am not a guru, I am not disciple, I am not this, I am not that, neti. So, okay, I think maybe I have said taken enough time. Thank you very much. Yeah,
Thank you, Harshad sir.
thank you.
Pradeep sir.
I think I am audible.
Yes, you are
Uh,
audible.
yes, thank you very much, friends. Mm, I thank you, Harshad Bhai, for picking up this topic. A wonderful topic. It was never discussed in anywhere, in any of our groups. And I read it long back, but when this topic came for discussion, I revisited this book, Kabir and J. Krishnamurti and Kabir. And initially, what happens when you get a new book, very cursory glance, you go through it to say that I have this book and I have read it. But when this topic came, I started reading it again. A wonderful man, Rohit Mehta, the way he explains at times is much better than you can understand Krishnamurti through Rohit Mehta relatively easily than reading him directly. So I have gone through all this in my journey, various books and everything, and then this ultimately Rohit Mehta, especially De Krishnamurti and Nameless Experience, another very good by Rohit Mehta. So another very, very good book. So there you understand better what he is trying to share with you, with me, with Krishnamurti, and what Kabir said long back. Uh, the best thing is if you see Kabir who was there 500 years back, Lord Buddha who was 5,000 years back, then Upanishads still further. So the one thing becomes very clear that wisdom is timeless. It can come anytime to anyone. It is not time bound, but we are time bound. We do everything in a time bound fashion. So we limit ourselves to that narrowness. So this is what I feel. So I have highlighted some points which I'll just read uh, quickly. He says perception itself is understanding. And the true action emerges in the ground of perception. All else is a mere reaction. Perception comes only along the third way, about the third way, which the Bhagavad Gita speaks in its second discourse, where it is said, neither acceptance nor rejection. That is where the mind is well established as a state of harmony. The mind without a movement of its own, that is indeed the ground in which alone action can take place. So Krishna ji very often used to say, love and do what you will. Everything will be experienced. Then okay. Another important thing is experience of discontinuity. You see, we have been all through believing in karma. Karma is a sort of continuity where you have this prarabdha and all that, and everybody says when somebody is suffering, he says he must have done something bad in the earlier life. So we just ignore most of the time. But Krishnamurti says that you can come out of it anytime. It's not a continuity. You see, thought is ever confined to the circle of continuity. It cannot by itself step out of that circle. All thinking, however abstract, is moving round the circle. This is the inherent limitation of thought and thinking. Kabir said in one of his couplets, what wrong has your head done that you remove the hair that grows there again and again? Why not shave the mind where all distortions arise? You see, another very wonderful केसन काहे बिगाड़ियो जो तू मुंडे 100 बार मन को काहे ना मुंडिए जामे विषय विकार. So this is what Kabir was. Very straight approach, very this thing. Another very important I have highlighted. We have to remember that all past is not dead. All past is not dead. There is a past that is still alive. It is dead as an event, but it is still alive as an unfinished experience. As such, it is very much alive, and therefore exercises a powerful influence on the action performed in the present. But how is the past, which chronologically has gone, capable of influencing the present from where one hopes to move into the future? It is obviously through memory. This faculty of consciousness is most mysterious and mystifying. Memory has many aspects. The retentive and the associative memory among the principal ones. The retentive memory is a factual or chronological memory. It may be called a historical memory. So there are two factors in the functioning of the mind that need to be considered. One is the recognizing activity, and the other is the identifying activity. So likewise, these are only, you take it as pointers. I'll just, then he talks about the obstinate duality. Obstinate duality. All manifestation or the explicate order. Explicate order, David Bohm also talked about implicate and explicate order. Even in our this thing, alay, vilay, and all that thing is there in our literature. Order implies the existence of duality. Without the presence of duality, no manifestation is possible, and Prakriti, as the Hindu philosophers called it. But the question is it not possible at all? Is there a conflict between the two? If there is conflict, then manifestation is not possible at all. We discussed earlier about the being and the becoming. If becoming is natural, then it is in the perfect harmony with the being. In fact, natural becoming is only an expression of the being. So usually when we talk, we ourselves talk in fragments. This is conceptual. This is so many words we use. Intelligence. This is concept. So already we cannot talk without ourselves breaking up into these concepts and words. So this is one another obstinate duality. He says that this duality can be. I think I have taken a lot of time. Another a choiceless awareness. When there is a polarity between two constituents, then the question of conflict or contradiction does not arise. The polarized units are complementary to each other, and so there can be no conflict between the two. We are forced to think with the help of opposites. The point where the application of opposites becomes impossible or superfluous shows exactly where our thinking is forced to stop. Our thinking indeed is possible only in the realm of the opposites. In fact, the mind creates opposites in order to maintain the continuity of thought. This is what is called dialectical thinking. Mind needs the opposites for its functioning. So this is one. I'll just actually it is full of wisdom, full of the concept we are having in us as if we know. He has clarified so many things. While if you go through Rohit Mehta, you will be clear about what is actually meant. Whether are there fragments, are is there being or is there becoming? So becoming and being, this is continuously this thing comes up again and again. So I think I'll just stop it here because so many people are there, but is full of clarifications. If you want to clear your views about these concepts in us, I have clarified so many things going through Rohit Mehta. So he goes in depth. There also he a study in depth he writes in this. So this is what it is. He has worked a lot. Hmm? So Kabir ka to Harshad bhai has already पाहन पूजे हरि मिले तो मैं पूजूं पहाड़ ताते ये चाकी भली पीस खाए संसार. So this he was that he could see the practicality of life and where we are in belief systems and believing virtually everything, because it is nothing goes from our side in believing something. So this is what I think. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. If time permits, I will enter if there is a point to clarify. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradeep ji. Prasad sir.
Namaste, sir, everybody.
Namaste.
Firstly, I owe an apology to Parekh sir because I have missed his lecture. I joined just now. That is one thing. Second, actually, I have no business to join this discussion because I know nothing about Kabir sir. Not that I know anything much about Krishna ji, but I know next to nothing about the Kabir. But why I am joining is there is a small point 2 days ago or yesterday only, I went to a Buddhist temple which is under construction in one of the districts of Andhra Pradesh. It is a Buddhist temple being constructed in honor of Lord Buddha. There, they were exhibiting a quotation from Kabir. And the quotation read like this: be quiet in your mind, quiet in your senses, and also quiet in your body. Then, when all these are quiet, don't do anything. In that state, truth will reveal itself to you. This is what they are exhibiting. I don't know the context in which Kabirji has said these things, but for me, it made immense sense. This quotation made immense sense. Be quiet in your mind. That is what is impossible for us. Because, as Pradeepji was saying, we are always in the circle of thought. When we think of being thought free, that also is a thought. Krishnaji somewhere said, you are already thoughtless. So, meaning thereby you are a bit stupid. So that is one thing. How to, there is no how to. You have to be quiet in mind, quiet in your senses. All our senses are overactive. When you sit before food, you overeat. There is gratification of senses, sex, all these things are there. So your senses are always active, overactive. Instead of being simply sensitive, we are overactive, and so these senses are driving us. And also quiet in your body. Body also has to be sensitive. It has to be quiet. It can be quiet only with a certain amount of exercise and a moderate diet and things like that, all those things. And when all these are quiet, don't do anything. We don't stop, even when they are quiet. We do something, some chanting, some puja, some pilgrimage. You have to go somewhere. So don't do anything. In that state, truth will reveal itself to you. Krishnaji says, if you are lucky, something may happen. Kabir Sahib said, truth will reveal itself to you. So, this is the quotation of Kabir, which I thought is immensely in harmony with the teaching of Krishnaji. That's one thing. Then the next thing, Pradeep ji was referring to Rohit Mehta ji. I have a small experience of Rohit Mehta. That is, I was in Nagpur. He came and he gave a public talk, to the public. And there he said so many things. And after the talk in the evening, I met him in somebody's house where he was staying. And I went to him and I told him, sir, what all you said was something from Krishnaji, from my understanding. You said only what Krishnaji says, but you never mentioned his name. Don't you think you should have acknowledged it? He didn't answer my question. He said, once I fell ill. I was hospitalized. Krishnaji came. He touched me. I was healed. When I was healed, at that stage, I was in politics. When I was healed, he said, "You are healed now, but don't climb the dunghill of politics." I distinctly remember the expression he said. Don't climb the dunghill of politics. He said, still I climbed. I went back to politics. I went back to politics. Later, something else happened and I gave up politics. This is how he answered me. That is the reply I got. So, this is all I wanted to share with you about that quotation from Kabir and my experience of Rohitji. Thank you, sir. That's all.
Thank you, Prasad ji. Dinesh Waghmare ji.
Are you able to hear me, sir, clearly?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, sir.
First of all, thank you, Harshad sir, for raising such a topic. I would like to thank you for giving one aspect of Kabir, which just a moment, sir, which is based on the book of J.K. J.K. and Saint Kabir, a study in depth, Rohit Mehta, Sri Devi. Unfortunately, as far as I am concerned, I have not studied Kabir because that literature was not available. And since you have mentioned this book, I also found this book and I have gone through it. My views are little bit different, little bit. Even what he says, this is the words of Rohit Mehta in book. Teachings run parallel. Teachings run parallel, and yet they meet from time to time. So, and I am interested in where they meet. That's what he has clearly said. So, this is the difference, because basically, if you see, Kabir was a Nirgun Upasak, and J. Krishnamurti was, we can say, believed, or we can say that he has stressed upon the negation. So those two things are not similar things. This in Kabir, he has used a word Sanyam. Basically, there are three granths. One is Bijak, one is Sakhi Granth, in which he has written his songs and couplets and all that. So I could not find these granths, of course. But Sakhi Granth, one tika I could find out, and I have gone through the original this thing, couplets. So in that, he is suggesting right thinking and positive thinking. And he has praised Guru like anything. He said that without Guru, you cannot get this dimension. He said, which is whatever you said, Had and Behad. He said that if you have to go to beyond this dimension, then you have to have a good guru or Sadguru. Then only you can go. Whereas J. Krishnamurti rejects all these things, and he said that there is no need of guru. But Kabir says that there is a need of guru. Without guru, you cannot go. Another thing, he has negated everything, Krishnamurti. Whereas Kabir has used the word Sanyam. Sanyam means to use these worldly things for this in a controlled manner. Means whatever is basically needed, you should go for that only. And you should not go for the negative habits and all that, as you said. But you for the positive things, you should go as per the need. That's what he said. We can say that in Krishnamurti, he has said that the thought has got the proper place and you have to use the thought in the right way, where it is needed, etc. But still there are differences. In case of Kabir, he is a Bhakti Margi, clear said Bhakti Margi, and that is also Nirgun Bhakti. But what is the mode of since he has criticized this jap and all the rituals and all that, so Nirgun Bhakti, how he was doing, that is not clear to me, because these basic books are not available. Anyway, what I think, he must be having. Of course, he has also said that you must surrender to the Guru. How you should surrender? You should just cut your throat and sit before him. Simple way, self should not be there. And J. Krishnamurti also said this self should not be there. So everybody is saying the same thing. If you find Arvind, he also says the same thing. If you find any other this thing, they will also say the same thing. So everybody says self should not be there. So we can't say that this is very much interest to us, because this doesn't mean anything, because everybody is having the same, everybody has said the same thing. What Kabir says, saint should be such. He should have knowledge, wisdom, clarity of impermanence and permanence of words, nature, etc. Word. So word, he said, is only the impermanence. You should know. That's what he has said. Not he has negated the thought also. That thought, all the human mankind, the problems cannot be solved by the thought, because thought itself is a problem. Such statement he has not given. Again, he has said in this Sakshi, which this Sakhi Grantha Tika, what I found, in this he says that all the great saints are having individuality, and every saint has great. And what are the main characteristics? He said real saints are those who understand pleasure and pain equal. Means non-duality. He has also said about the non-duality, talked much about the non-duality. Their mind do not occupy by grief or cheerfulness. Their mind always remain alert and cool. He used the word cool, etc., which we do not find in JK literature. Anyway, he has praised Guru like anything. Means almost after 2 or 3 couplets, there is a couplet on Guru. And most of the important thing which I found is there are so many do's and don'ts. Means he has given ideology, whatever this Sakhi Grantha or Vijay, mainly he has given the do's and don'ts. Means what you are doing is wrong, or what you have to do this, you have to do this, and you don't have to do this, you don't have to do this. Such things he has given. Like 10 commandments, we can say, or other this thing. So mainly in Kabir Vani, there are do's and don'ts. Ideology. This is ideology. And he has given very much importance to Bhav. Of course, since he was a Bhakt, He has given very much importance to bhav. He has also given importance to swa anusandhan, like other saints. They have also given importance to do this swa anusandhan. So he has also given, and he said that this cannot be. You cannot get. You can't progress without the krupa of Guru, or as you said that there is a benediction or whatever it is. He also praised khoj, contemplation, and state of bhakti. This is inner para bhakti. He has given importance to inner para bhakti. In bhakti, the starting point is Gaudi bhakti. This just the disciple starts with the jap or something of that sort, and when he has got the experience of the energy, then it is said to be para bhakti. So they have explained 4 things: para, para, pashyanti, madhyama, and vekri. These are the 4 points of the words. And as per them, when a man goes to para bhakti, means only energy remains and the word goes off. Then that is known as para bhakti. So these are the things. And most thing which is different is Sanyam versus negation. So this negation word is like Ashtavakra Gita and all that. But here he says Sanyam in a controlled way. So Sakhi Grantha one should go through, and Bijak Grantha one should go. But whether this is available in original form, in detail, at least I have not seen it. Thank you.
Kabir literature is very detailed one. It must be having 10,000 dohas or something like that. So it is very difficult for one to go through all those things. So one has to read the tikas and read the books of some commentators. And it is nowadays very difficult to study the base literature about anything. So let us hope that something can come out of it. Pradeep sir.
Yes.
Just a moment, I want to say a word live. Kamlesh ji, mainly you might have seen all these things, but all are covered by either eye-opener sort of thing or do's and don'ts. जैसे पोथी पढ़े जग बुआ पंडित भयानक होए दया कर प्रेम का पढ़े सो पंडित होए. So he has also given importance to love and other things like JK, Karuna and all that, and this thing. But how? Whether it is cultivated or not. Krishnamurti said it cannot be cultivated. But here it is not very clear in Kabir whether it is possible or not, unless we get the whole this thing and we go through the whole literature. Thank you. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Dinesh was emphasizing on Guru again and again, and that is part of his journey. So that is nothing wrong with it. Everybody undergoes different aspects of his journey. So, but what he says, मोको कहाँ ढूंढे रे बंदे, मैं तो तेरे पास में. गुण गुरु और जो ब्रह्म, whatever it is there, वो it is in you. ना मैं देवल, ना मैं मस्जिद, ना काबे कैलाश में, ना तो कौन क्रिया कर्म में, नहीं भोग वैराग योग वैराग में, खोजी हो तो तुरंत मिली है पल भर की तलाश में, कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, सब श्वासों की श्वास में, इमेजिन, श्वासों की श्वास में, people said they talk about deep breath. Breath is coming in, going out. So there is no guru outside you. Outside you. So at times, because I have also gone to a number of personalities, number of seers, which I liked through their books and writings, and the honesty with which they have written. What has attracted me always the honesty. It may be Osho, it may be Bhumanand Saraswati, it may be Dada Gawand, it may be anyone. Whosoever has said with honesty, that attracted me. It's not that I have joined this as a cult or as a organization. No, not at all. You see, and he talks about man. मन बनिया बनिज न छोड़े. मन जो है हमारा, ये छोड़ता नहीं है. जन्म जन्म का मारा बनिया अधों पूर न तोले. अभी भी पूरा नहीं तोलता वो. You see, पासंग के ये, this is not about by birth. This is about the condition of our mind. पासंग के अधिकारी ले ले, भूला भूला बोले डोले. घर में दुविधा कुमति बनी है, पल पल में चित्तोरे. कुंबा वाके सकल हरामी, अमृत में विष घोले. तुम ही जल में तुम ही थल में. अब देखिए वो कहाँ गुरु को, कहाँ तुम ही जल में तुम ही थल में, तुम ही घट घट बोले. You see, कहे कबीर वास सिख को डरिए, हृदय गांठ ही न खोले. तो जो ऐसा शिष्य है जो अपनी हृदय की गांठ नहीं खोलता, उससे आप डरिए. बिकॉज दे आर ऑलवेज इन बिजनेस. Get it, do it, get this, do that, and all transactions. So this is what he has very clearly mentioned. But we all are, if we see it honestly ourselves, if we are doing this, that may be the problem, creating conflicts in our life. Thank you very much, friends.
Okay, can I say something?
Yes.
He said, Guru गोविंद दो खड़े, काके लागू पाए. बलिहारी आपकी, गुरु आपकी, गोविंद दियो बताए. So same Kabir, with different persons, has
Interesting.
changed something, no? So considering the whosoever is there in front of him, he guides them.
Yeah, but these दोनों are in me only. इसे एक के दो किसमें हैं? मेरे मन के अंदर. गुरु और
चेंज
गोविंद
तो आना चाहिए.
गुरु और गोविंद को किसमें अलग? मेरे मन के अंदर कि वो अलग है. So I must go to the temple. He is different than me. I must go to beg something or get something because of him. So duality starts in us, with us, in us. So it is. He is not talking about जन्म के जो businessman है. He is not talking about that. He is talking about where the guru lies, in us, in us. Thank you very much, friends.
How do you separate guru from your ego?
Yes. This separation is very interesting. He is very much interested in separation. So let him enjoy separation and go there. What else can be done?
Harshad sir.
Yeah, I like to say that a guru may be required as long as the person has not got the real freedom. But once a person is free, then he will say no guru is required. And so that is why Krishna ji and people who have gone beyond the boundary of the mind, they say nothing is required, everything is within you. And so guru is required for most people, when they become free, then guru is not required. They can see for themselves everything clearly. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hmm.
Mm.
And
Mm.
what Pradeep ji talked about um, Rohit Mehta, I think it is all very for people who are highly educated, very articulate. Uh, Rohit Mehta talks about karma and cause effect and becoming and all that. But for people who are very simple, I think they, if they can get very quickly from Kabir that what he is trying to say, like Krishna ji may say, the word is not the thing, but Kabir says, "Pani pani ratte ratte pyasa hi mar jaye." That means if you keep on repeating the word, you don't pani,
Yes.
it will not quench your thirst. So
Mm.
Kabir's doha is for very ordinary, uneducated people can really understand. And that is why, after 500 years, Kabir is still very, very interesting. And that one lady, she had made a Kabir project, and many, many great singers have sung bhajans of Kabir, even in Pakistan. Maula Maula Lakh Pukare is a very, very good kawali, which is based on Kabir's philosophy. So Kabir is still very, very interesting for people who are not very articulate. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Harshad ji.
Mm.
So we, as being seeing the problem of the self, so we need some kind of solace, either from outside. If
Mm.
it is not available from inside, so we go to listen to JK, or we study Kabir, or we find a guru. So basic need is within us,
Mm.
and we have to understand that also.
The problem with Kabir is total literature is not available with clarity, like J. Krishnamurti or others, Arvind or others. So we can't say what was his exact modus operandi, or what was his uh, what was the basic sadhana which he was adopting, because Nirgun sadhana is very difficult. Only he said in meditation, as Prasad sir said, that you sit, sit, sit. In sitting, remain with the energy, and that is not easy thing for many people.
Yeah.
That is the thing.
Yeah, Dinesh ji, I think you are very much dependent on knowledge, which has come from great people, and then you keep on thinking about it. So that is not the way I feel. People who can really see is not through reading too much and thinking too much. People like Kabir, they see something and very quickly they understand. So that is a difficulty, that people who are very articulate, very scholarly, they will keep on reading and piling up a lot of knowledge. But I don't know whether knowledge can lead to understanding, because
Uh,
one has to really go within oneself and realize everything within oneself, and not uh, go according to even Krishnamurti. We don't need to accept. Yeah. Okay.
Sir,
Prasad.
as far as I am concerned, I am
Yeah.
speaking, I always speak from my inside. From insights, what I got in meditation, from that only I speak. So that's why long back I have said that there are people are having individuality. Now we find in Kabir also he said all saints are having their own individuality and this thing.
Mm.
and they are great.
Hmm. Hmm.
And there is one doha in which Kabir says, Kahe Kabir, sab chandi kalpana, ज्यों के त्यों ठहरियो. Means
Hmm.
forget all these imaginations, and where you are, stay there. That means staying with what is. That is what Krishna ji is talking about. That means looking in the present moment, whatever is happening within us. So even forgetting Kabir and Krishnamurti and other people, we have to look at our own mind in direct way. Otherwise, we will keep on piling more and more knowledge about all these people. Okay, I finish.
Pradeep sir, you raised your hand.
A few sentences, because Dinesh raises very interesting points. And recently he has said that enough literature is not available of Kabir, like Krishnamurti, as if these thousands of books and videos of Krishnamurti could make people understand Krishnamurti. Results, it has nothing to do with quantification. You see,
Right.
even one doha is enough.
Mm.
One or two dohas will, everything is over in that. So quantification is not required, so much weight of this thing, knowledge, as Harshad ji said, that you can
Yeah.
accumulate knowledge. That is what accumulation of knowledge, pedantry. So there is no need. Some good poetry is there in a grain of sand. When you see everything in a grain of sand, what are we talking? You see. So this is what interesting thing is, and don't look for so many things. Will be more diverted. Already we are
Yeah.
diverted by the market. Uh, Thank you, friends. Mm, mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Curiosity of a person takes him where his
Mm.
curiosity is driving him.
See, I would also like to uh, talk about one doha, as Pradeep sir said, it is enough. So I am also speaking.
Yes, very good.
Okay. बोध प्रदाता सदगुरु वंदो बारंबार, जिनके कृपा कटाक्ष से दर्शयो सार असार.
Mm.
Right? अब इसको,
Mm.
so you what you will say about this? Is it
Sadguru,
covers everything?
where is that Sadguru? In you, in me.
But he was having a Sadguru. You know, he was a Shishya of Ramanand or
Nahi, nahi, nahi. These are all stories concocted to rule over certain people. That because of that fellow, the पैर पड़ा उनका, तो हे राम मुंह से निकला, and something like that. These are stories, sir. So this will not lead us
how
anywhere.
do you know these are stories?
These are stories because
The
nothing
same
has
thing
happened.
I have said, yaar, enough literature
Ma'am,
and correct literature is not available.
you don't have to react. The only thing is, this story has helped you, consolidated your guru in you. कि there is a
Yes,
control.
yes,
Ram,
yes.
you come and जब मेरे
Sadguru,
ऊपर से
I got everything from my Sadguru.
very good.
So it is it helps me.
हाँ, to go to Ramananji.
No, not Ramananji. Even every JK and other things also I got through. I have gone through because I have got guidance for to go through them.
Thank you very much, Dinesh. You have said something.
Yeah.
We're proud of your friendship.